a career, I'm an artist, I have a lot of things to lose.
We out here on vacation in the Bahamas, another beautiful day. Check it out, check it out. Boom. I want to talk to y'all for a minute.
His nose was bleeding. He in the corner screaming, balled up, right? Like I could feel his pain, like he had been forced to do something.
Surrounded by a whole lot of strength. He's surrounded by a whole lot of love. And all he has to do is add discipline.
That's how I was able to see the tapes. This is why she think I saw them. And I saw some things that were unreal. And I saw celebrities on the tape. I opened the door to Dwayne's dressing room. And that's when I see Dwayne. There was a couch and Will was bent over on the couch and Dwayne was standing up.
Unfortunately, some things happened. And I can't get into the details of exactly what that was. Because it's already a legal issue.
Will Smith was clapping more than just Chris Rock's face, and the receipts are right there to prove it. So it turns out that while we were thinking Bryshere was getting mentored by him, they were actually mentoring him on how to take that D. And now it is being said that Bryshere actually started falling for Will Smith while all this was going on. But guess what? They allegedly blackballed him right after they were done, and his career went downhill. When Jaguar said all this, folks said she was lying. But baby, those lawsuits are piling up against Will now, and a lot of people in his close circle are also coming out with what they know. So did Bryshere and Will had more than just mentorship? Was it really an affair? And did Jada even know? Now, for those of y'all who are somehow unfamiliar with Bryshere's story, basically his life went down the drain shortly after his former manager, Charlie Mack, linked him up with Will and Diddy for a supposed mentorship program. Apparently, his mom, Andrea, knew that this mentorship was going to entail more than just Bryshere being taught the do's and don'ts of the industry. But she still allowed him to be taken away because they promised to compensate her really well. Basically, she gave up her son. So while Bryshere was thinking that these two highly accomplished men were going to help him advance his career, they had other plans for him. And career mentorship wasn't one of them.
He's with my man Charlie Mack, so Charlie was with me every step of the way. First out the limo, so Charlie has been with me, 30 years coming up in the business. So, he's surrounded by a whole lot of strength. He's surrounded by a whole lot of love. And all he has to do is add discipline, and he gonna be all right.
It's like Uncle Will, who is best to give you advice, and it's Will Smith, and I'm getting so much good advice. I got my first acting role, Empire, and it's changing my life, and it's like I'm listening from the greatest, and it's like making me well prepared to work with Taraji.
Now, as I said, right after Bryshere's mentorship with Will ended, so did his career. Bryshere was out here getting arrested over and over again, just like Orlando Brown. For example, in 2020, he was arrested after his wife accused him of strangulation. Apparently, he put his hands on her so badly that she ran to a gas station for help. That was where she met two police officers who rescued her. And then, in 2022, he was arrested for another DV incident, this time involving a woman he was messing with at the time.
Empire. Tonight, we're seeing hours of new video from his July arrest that ended with his wife flagging down police and telling them the actor had a for hours inside their Goodyear home. The bizarre jailhouse interview lasting for 2 hours as they try to piece together a chaotic chain of events.
A lot of people reacted to the photos and videos of him that were circulating at the time with comments like, "Wow, he doesn't even look the same." Another person said, "They set him up, made him lose his mind. That deal from Empire is coming back on him now." Anyway, this mess was far from over, y'all. Because just when we thought things couldn't get any worse, Will Smith's ex-best friend and former assistant Balal stepped into that chat and accused Will of not just being gay, but also allegedly touching Bryshere. He even said Will confessed to him that he touched Bryshere inappropriately without consent. Balal went into details about the time he walked in on Will Smith engaging in a hardcore gay activity with Dwayne Martin in Dwayne's dressing room. He said Will was bent over a couch as Dwayne drilled in and out of his hole. And from the looks of it, it didn't look like it was Will's first time taking it from the back, allegedly.
I opened the door to Dwayne's dressing room, and that's when I see Dwayne and having a with Will.
Let me process that for a second.
There was a couch, and Will was bent over on the couch, and Dwayne was standing up. murder. Like, it was murder.
Now, Will didn't respond to any of this, but Jada sure did, and she wasn't having it. She threatened to sue Balal if he didn't take back what he said, but this man didn't care. In fact, he appeared in another interview with Tasha K and threatened Jada right back, claiming that if she didn't go ahead with her supposed lawsuit, he would come out with even more incriminating evidence against Will. He was basically calling her a bluff and seemingly hinting at her using that lawsuit threat as a scare tactic.
All right, Brother Balal, listen, I do want to say, for the viewers, because we're going to rewind back, before we put out the interview, all we put out was a clip that went ultra viral. Okay? Everybody in the world got this clip. It was trending for days on Twitter, okay? Before the interview comes out, what shocked me is Jada is doing her book promotional for Worthy.
Yes.
She goes to the Breakfast Club and she sits down and they ask her about you, but they can't not ask. Like, it's so huge.
Right.
And to my surprise, she answers.
It's ridiculous, right? And it's nonsense. And this is a person that tried a shakedown, a money shakedown that didn't work. We're going to take legal action.
The reason Will responded, the reason why Jada responded, because they know it's true. Will's never responded, and they responded in less than 9 hours.
They did. That was a fast response.
That was because he know what I saw in that dressing room. He know other things that I saw. She did all this to try to scare me, but I fear no one but Allah. Jada, listen, in 2 weeks, if you don't sue me in 2 weeks, if Tasha K will have me, I'm back here and I'm dropping evidence. Period. You said I extorted you. You said there's a money shakedown. You said a lot of things about me. And you know that the things that you said were untrue. Let's get into a little bit more of it. Jada runs Will. Period. Me and her at war. I'm gonna put Will to the side. Will is to the side. Me and Jada, I will say this because I know you're watching. I know Karen Tense is watching.
Who's Karen Tense?
That is her PR person for years.
Okay.
Right? I know they're watching. Jada, you're a bald-head liar and you're a drug addict, right?
Oh, God.
You told the world that you were going to sue me.
Ooh.
As of yet, and you said you're going to do it swift. It's been over 2 weeks. So Jada, I'm giving you 2 more weeks to sue me. If you don't sue me, this is what's going to happen. All the sex parties, right? And the people, the men that you hit with dildos, I'm naming names, right? All the salacious stuff that you have done and hurt other people, I'm naming names. You assassinate my character. You say I extort you. Well, extortion is criminal. Like, I would be in jail right now.
Now, you'd think that after this heated back and forth with Jada, Balal would slow down, but he did the exact opposite. He appeared in another interview, and this time, he gave a very graphic rundown of what Will allegedly did to Bryshere. Up until this point, he had talked about Will being gay, but he never actually spoke about Bryshere specifically. Balal claims that the allegations of Will allegedly luring young men with mentorships are true, and that he saw it happen with Bryshere. The worst part is, he doesn't just let them go when he's done. He goes on to break them even more by passing them over to other people in the industry who also do as they please with these guys.
Will admitted to me that he had sex with Bryshere Gray, but it was consensual, right? So I'm like, okay, so now it's starting to make sense, because I would have never believed that the way this guy's acting, something had to happen. So now Will told me, and this is going to be in paperwork and everything, right? So when Will told me that he did have sexual intercourse with Bryshere, he said Bryshere did ask him to stop. Will said he completed the act, then stopped. Right then and there, when a person says stop, that means stop. Period. So I do believe that Will Smith, Bryshere Gray. Charlie Mack and Will gets a lawyer for Bryshere, and they try to get me under NDA. I tell Will, I'm not signing. I don't even have an NDA with you. How am I getting an NDA with him? You understand what I'm saying? So I hire a lawyer. Right? Mm-hmm. When I hire the lawyer, he comes back and say, listen, this is the best I can do. He said, I'm going to have y'all do a mutual NDA, meaning that Bryshere can't tell people that you know that Will and Diddy him, and I want to say the R word, but I know we're on YouTube. Then you can't say nothing about him. So I said, okay, well, as long as he stopped telling people that I know what Will and Diddy did to him. You understand what I'm saying? Period. That was the problem. So there's legal paperwork, and it's all going to be, and you got to follow this.
And as I said earlier, he got into all the nitty-gritty of Bryshere's story too. Now remember what I said about Balal also being Will's assistant? Well, he claims part of that job was to be with Bryshere. Since Bryshere was being mentored by Will and allegedly indulging in extra activities, one of the privileges he enjoyed was being attended to by Balal. Anyway, one time when they were in Chicago together, Balal alleges that Bryshere broke down what Will and Diddy made him do.
You hold them down because he was like, Charlie Mack is not going to be able to be there because him and Charlie had something else going on. I arrived in Chicago for Empire. It's a damn mess. It's no other way to put it. This dude is going crazy, right? He's out there allegedly with male prostitutes. He's pissing in the trailer. He's acting psychotic, right?
The same thing he's doing now.
Beyond that. But this is why a show is going on. I pulled him to the side. I said, listen, I'm here to help you and so forth and so on. So he was like, all right, I feel that. He said, everybody on the set know you. Everybody seem like they love you. Okay. I want to love you because everybody else love you. I said, if that's what you want to do, then do it. But he kept acting up. And then one day I said, what the F is wrong with you? And he was like, you know. He said, you know Will me. You know Diddy made me suck his. You know what's going on. You know Charlie made me suck. And I said, I have no idea what's going on. I have no idea. So he crying, no blood is coming from his nose. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. And I'm like, yo, listen.
But that's not all. It is now being said Bryshere started catching real feelings. What began as mentorship and proximity slowly turned into emotional attachment. Bryshere allegedly believed the relationship went deeper, that there was loyalty and protection there. Once Bryshere became emotionally invested, once he was no longer just useful but attached, Will allegedly pulled back. The access was cut. And when Bryshere was no longer needed, or worse, when he became a liability, the blackballing started. And the crazy thing is, Jaguar Wright also revealed something about Bryshere's relationship with Will that had me shook. So she alleges that right after Cassie filed her lawsuit, Bryshere was also in talks with lawyers to file a lawsuit against Will and Diddy, but his life was allegedly threatened. Jaguar even went as far as claiming that there is a secret tape of Justin Bieber, Will, Jaden, Diddy, and Bryshere having a wild freak-off.
See, they trying to slay him out so he'll feel too embarrassed to file his lawsuit against Diddy for what Will and Diddy did to him. With Jaden and Justin present, that tape exists.
Okay.
I really hope none of that baby oil was used on those kids. That would just be in bad taste. Baby oil on babies.
You can't say that the flavor camp was sponsored by Johnson & Johnson. You just come on. Come on.
Starting to sound that way, ain't it?
No.
All that talent, and she let Charlie tune that boy up on, knowing that he was bipolar and had ADHD. What kind of mother would do that to her son? Turn him into a prostitute so you could pretend to be something more than what you are, which is nothing more than a filly. You're a big old they're making your son out to be, that's for sure. Because he didn't have no choice. You was down by all. I'm sorry, the Bryshere conversation for me is not easy. Because I came to Balal and I asked Balal to help me save the kids, and all he was worried about was his book.
Oh yeah, no, definitely.
Don't nobody care about these kids. Don't nobody care about these kids.
Now, when it comes to the exact lawsuit she's talking about, people believe it is the $50 million lawsuit against Diddy and Will, which Bryshere was previously reported to be working on. This suit was revealed by a blind item, and it read, "I suspect the soon-to-step-forward male victim of sexual assault by this A-list mogul will not be the last man to do so. Sean Diddy Combs." As usual, people had their own thoughts, like this person who said, "Y'all, look at how he behaves now. This is heartbreaking. Jaden grew up in a house with a corn-addicted junkie mom and a gay dad forcing them to kiss and do whatever else they want." Another person said, "All these big stars are PDFs. I'm trying to get the full picture. Why are the best actors and rappers always doing this sick stuff? But now I want to know your thoughts. Do you really believe Will Smith and Bryshere Gray had something going on? And you also believe Bryshere Gray was forced into it? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. And don't forget to click here to watch this other very messy video.